Jeremiah Fisher is showing us that broke boy mentality is not dependent on your access to capital. It is a mentality and a state of being that has nothing to do with actual poverty or oppression. In the Summer I Turned Pretty finale season, which we should call the Summer Belly Stress Out for no reason, we all have been introduced, thank you, Jenny Han, to this very important discussion, which also has its roots in a romantic philosophy that emerged in the 19th century that started to trick women into thinking that love was all they needed. In modern times, this is more about a masculine immaturity that we have been asked to coddle in the name of love and being good supportive partners. And that, my friend, is a civil rights issue, a personal one. I'm so glad that in this final season, Jenny Han decided to complicate what was a summer teenage love story into adult conversation that we all desperately need to have. There is nothing new about being pressured to build up a man that is not half as interested in building up himself as you are. And before you think, oh, I'm picking on the men, look at Carrie Bradshaw and Mr. Big, right? We have romanticized this kind of person in film and TV. It's cute that Carrie's life is in disarray. It's adorable that the genius man is stressing out his wife and kids and doesn't remember to pay his bills. These shows would have you thinking that chemistry, fun vibes, and being able to hang out together and have a good time makes a marriage. It doesn't, because these are recipes for ongoing burnout and disappointment, not to mention resentment. I understand that many of the fabulous Black girls who hang out here have been called superficial for wanting certain things, and that all of you at some point have maybe been the subject of a shady post that shows about what true happiness is, and if only you'd settle down, you'd have it too. Bringing it back to the show, in every iteration, every season of this show, we've had Belly in this head-scratching will they won't they brother drama. At least she's been a happy child. In this season, she is a young adult woman who is just finding her way to a marriage. She's not happy. The just fine idea, keeping women humble idea, it helps certain people not have to look at their own incompetence or the way that they are over depending on their partner. Now, previously, it was harder for Belly to see the cracks in her relationships with these brothers or how these people would make good partners or not, because guess what? The adults were paying for everything. They were on summer vacation. She's judging Jeremiah's fitness for a marriage union off of a bunch of summers where he didn't have to handle anything. Belly has dated both Conklin brothers. They are wealthy, they're well connected, they are going to absolutely inherit that fabulous beach house, they have trust funds, they have education funds, they're okay. Oh, I should warn you, up to the last episode 6 of season 3, that's where we're talking about. We have no spoilers beyond that, but up to that episode, we're going to be mentioning some things. You've been warned, save the video, come back for later. Both these boys, they're educated, they're sweet, they love Belly. They adore her. As a young teen, they're not teens here, but you get the point. Dating Jeremiah made a lot of sense. He was more open about his admiration for Belly. He was very into her, and he was like, listen, I'm going to go after you. We weren't getting that with Conrad as much as the Conrad lovers love him. In Conrad's defense, he was bogged down. He was emotionally unavailable. He knew the extent of his mother's illness. He knew the progression of her illness in a way that Jeremiah and the others did not. He was aware of the infidelity between his father and his secretary. There were just all these things that he had nowhere to go. He had to carry them on his shoulders, and he couldn't share them with anyone. He's the eldest son. He's the one who's always thought about the responsibilities and the costs of the decisions each person in the family makes. He had to be the realist. Now, 4 years later, Conrad's been in therapy. He's a medical student at Stanford. He, was fired from his job, but he has the kind of emotional resilience and regulation that helps him bounce back. He's on track. He's going to have this future. We watch as he takes care of the home. He comes back to the summer house and is looking over things. He cancels his own trip to take care of Belly. Selfless, sacrificing, but yet does not betray himself. This is a mature person. He has grown up. Jeremiah is a fun college boyfriend, but he has not given us any reason to believe why he should be bound up in matrimony of any kind. He wants all the adult perks, the money, the freedom, all of that, but like half of the responsibility. He threw a fit about the wedding cake that he wanted to get and was willing to go into further credit card debt to cover it. I'd also like to add that that cake cost more than the ring he got Belly. I know she likes it, but let's just think about our priorities here. He wants to be financially separated and independent from his dad so he can make his own decisions because his dad is controlling and a bully, but he acquiesces anytime he gets a little sniff of emotional affirmation from the dad or when the going gets hard and it's just easier for his dad to pave the way for him. He is willing to give up his freedom for ease. At the first sign of resistance, he just doesn't deal with the emotional pain that involves his brother, his fiance, or his dad. This is not the story of an oppressed man held back by an unjust system, of mass incarceration, of capitalism that was rigged towards someone else. No, this is a privileged kid who just doesn't really like responsibility. He's not ready for marriage. He's still out here thinking vibes are going to pull him through. Now notice what I'm saying here. No one is saying that the problem is that Belly is not marrying rich or that she needs a giant rock. Which again, don't let anyone shame you. There's nothing wrong with wanting those things either. No, this is too cheap of a shot. It's easily dismissible, right, as a complaint against Belly. Wealth of a grown adult partner, first and foremost, is in their ability to emotionally regulate themselves, handle their own finances, and take care of their business. People who are humble and self-aware about their mental health and the help they might need. Someone who thinks about the finances, that will affect where you and your children eat and live. That kind of thing is priceless. Someone who can budget or help you save up or assist in you getting what you want and having the security you want, again, invaluable. You and Belly don't live in a world where your healthcare is guaranteed. Black women do not get reproductive justice in this world. Bailouts, those are for banks and massive corporations. If Jeremiah were to lose all of his privileges and his head starts in this world, he wouldn't have the ability to do anything about it. He puts Belly then in a situation where they're at the mercy of his emotionally immature father, who is also a cheater, I should add. Belly doesn't care about the size of the ring. She doesn't care if they're lobster rolls or lobsters on the plate. She doesn't care about that stuff. The fact that this wedding does not reflect her, and it's more reflecting the glaring deficiencies of the child she is marrying, that's the real problem. I hear the internet response, gosh, look at how Belly's debutante party was even better than the wedding she's getting. And yes, that's true. Audience are saying, oh, why can't she have another Amelia Wickstead outfit for her wedding instead of some $30 off the rack prom dress? But here's the thing, having a tiger or an elephant at your wedding, it doesn't make the ceremony more meaningful or make your marriage stronger. This all taps into the superficial versus not superficial argument, but it's about the principle. You have somebody who is not putting care and attention and investing in this event for her. Having every desire or hope run over, that's not inconsequential. Maybe what type of napkins you have are, but it's not about the napkins. It's about caring and compromising and coming together to create something beautiful that honors both of your wants and needs. No one can say Belly is superficial. She literally only cares about the ceremony. A ceremony and reception, I should add, that's becoming more and more lavish because guess what? It's being financed by the dad who trades in those finances for control over the event itself. He's turning it into a networking thing, which understandable. This isn't what she wanted. It's just not. And she also wanted to be in Paris, and now she's not in Paris. She's planning a wedding that she doesn't even like. Rachel Rogers, who is a very fascinating story about a person who came from absolutely nothing to create this multi-figure business where she is specific about putting wealth in the hands of Black people. She has no idea that I'm talking about her, by the way. She has this thought about a mentality that doesn't matter if you have nothing or seven figures, which is how you approach certain decisions from this scarcity and this sense of lack. It has to do with a lot of fear and unaddressed insecurities, ones like the ones we see Jeremiah exhibiting all the time. Jeremiah, he's comfortable in crisis. He lives off of short-term gratification. He's okay sleeping on his dad's floor if it means he doesn't have to deal with his credit issues. And that ultimately, it's more problematic than the fact that he's on an air mattress on the floor of a really nice apartment. There is absolutely nothing wrong with women who say, love is not enough for me to make a decision this big. Marriage is a serious legal and social agreement. It affects everything, your body, your finances, your time, your children. Not everyone is emotionally or financially ready for that. Not in this political climate. And I admit, I used to be Team Jeremiah, but I think this is time for Belly to be team, I need to take a break and think about what makes a good partner and what makes a good life. No matter how this shakes out, she shouldn't be shamed for walking away. No one should. I hope the same for you. People in this modern time, in our big age, are excusing incompetence in the partners that they're dating in the name of, I'm just a really good, supportive, loving partner. And just like watching Belly try to raise this man because his parents didn't, it looks exhausting. This is not about losing everything and starting over. It's not about not being someone who can do the long haul of investing in something together. No, this is a completely different subject. Don't let anyone make you think that they can be conflated. Now, love to hear what you think. Don't spoil the ending, please, for other people who have not read the books or are trying to watch the show without any spoilers. You guys were doing that in the other comments, and please protect them. Okay, take care. We'll see you in Cousin soon.